Hi guys, my name's Deb Marnie and I'm from Aussie Maille. Welcome to our chainmail tutorial channel. Hey guys, a big hi, hello, welcome, how are you all today? Thanks so much for popping by and spending a little bit of your day with us. Today I'm going to do a project for our Mail It in Minutes playlist, and this one is going to be a Glass Celtic Visions Pendant. Nice and quick, but pretty sexy. Alright guys, let's get on to it. Here's a sample piece that we'll be making for today's project, and to make this pendant you're going to need the following components. So in bright aluminium, 14 gauge AWG, which is 1.6 millimeter diameter wire. We're using rings with an ID of 8.5 millimeters, and you'll need 10 of those. In 16 gauge AWG, which is 1.2 millimeter diameter wire, you'll need rings with an ID of 3/16 of an inch or 4.76, and you'll need 12 of those rings. You're also going to need some of these check glass round beads. These ones have an outside diameter of around about 9 millimeters. You'll need 3 of these. You'll also need some sort of chain or necklace, something to hang your pendant on. And if you've got it, a bail. If you don't have a bail, then a couple extra 3/16 rings will work just fine. And for the tools, I'll be using pliers from our Xuron range. These ones here are the chisel nose pliers, and these ones here are the short nose pliers. Okay, to start this, we're going to make up a quick chain using our large rings and our glass rings. So just open up one of your large bright aluminium rings and pop on the glass ring. Close that up. Take up another large ring. Feed it through the same glass ring. But before closing, we want to pop on our second glass ring. Close our ring up. Take up another large bright aluminium ring. Feed that through our second glass ring. And then before we close up, pop on our final glass ring. You can of course make this longer or shorter. It's totally up to you, whatever it is that you would like your pendant to be. And we're going to finish that up with one more large bright aluminium ring. Okay, so there's our base chain in place. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the small rings, the 3/16 of an inch ring, and I'm going to put one through our first ring here and one through our second ring. Okay, so one through each of those rings. Close them up. And then once you've got those rings closed, we're going to take up another one of our large rings and we're going to feed that through each of those, both of those small rings that we just added. Okay, so just straight through there like that. Close the ring up, and we're going to repeat with a second large ring. So we're placing 2 of our large rings through our 2 small rings. And we're closing that up. Our work currently looks like this. So what I want to do now is take these large rings that we just added, and I want to fold them so one sits on each side of our center chain and circling our glass ring. Okay, you can see that happening. Now we need to lock that in place. So to do that, we take up one of our small rings and we feed it through the eye here that's formed where our 3 rings overlap. Okay, so straight through, picking up all 3 of those rings, so that we lock those pair in place. Close that up. So you can see what's happened there. We've gone all the way through and it's now locked those rings in place. We just want to put one on the other side there. Okay, making sure we go through and picking up all 3 of our large rings. And close that up. Okay, so there's one finished section of Celtic Vision, and we just want to do the same for the other glass beads that we've got. So again, taking up our 3/16 ring, we're going to put one here in our second bright aluminium ring and one in our third bright aluminium ring. Okay, so put that in there, close that up. One into our third ring, close that one up. Okay, now we're going to take our large rings, and remember we want this to go through the 2 small rings that we just added, so just straight through there like that. Close that ring up, and we're going to double our large ring. Okay, so straight through the same path. So our work looks like this, and we want to fold these large rings so we've got one sitting on either side of our center chain, making sure it encircles our glass ring, and then we're going to lock that in place by putting 2 rings through the eyes where all of our 3 large rings overlap. So just open up your ring, your first ring, pop it through, straight through there. Make sure you get all 3 of your rings. Close it up. Okay, do that with the second space there so that we've got a total of 4 rings, 4 small rings locking our large rings in place. Okay, and we just repeat that once more for our final glass ring. So we put one small ring through our third large ring, and one small ring through our 4th and final large ring in our center chain. Okay, and again, taking our large rings and feeding it through those 2 small rings that we just added. Okay, just straight through there. Close it up. Repeat with a second large ring. Okay, straight through the same path. And then folding those rings so that they sit one each side of our center chain, completely encircling our final glass ring. And of course, we now want to just lock it in place by going through the eyes here where the 3 rings overlap. So with our small ring, just going straight through, making sure we pick all 3 of those up. Close our ring and place our final small ring through that eye just there, so that we've got 4 small rings locking our large rings in place. Okay, so that's it. That's basically the pendant done. So to finish it all off, what we want to do is just add our bail. So to do that, we just want to reopen up one of our large rings on the end and pop our bail on. If you don't have a bail, then just pre-close some of your 3/16 of an inch ring and pop those on there instead. And then once you've got the bail in place, you can just put your chain through there. So that's it. That's the pendant, as I promised, nice and quick but sexy. Just as a variation, the ring sizes that I chose for the outside, I chose them so that you could put some extra colour into your piece if you want to. Personally, I like that the focus is the beads only, but if you wanted a little extra bling, you can use anodized aluminium rings in there, either the same or contrasting colors, whatever it is that you want to do. Adds just a little bit more interest, a little bit more color to your piece. But that's it, guys. There's your final pendant, a Glass Celtic Vision Pendant. Awesome, guys. Well, that's it. That's our tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed it and you have a lot of fun making and wearing your new pendant. If you did enjoy the video today, please consider giving it a thumbs up here on YouTube. Share the video. Write any comments or questions you may have down in the comment section below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And if you aren't a subscriber to our channel, then please consider doing so, as your support helps us keep this channel going and allows us to keep creating tutorials for you. And also, don't forget to check out our shop up here, the link in the corner, where we sell all the tools and components that you will need to make this tutorial and many others. All right, guys, thanks once again for spending your day with us, and I hope to catch you sometime again in the very near future. Bye.